Hey parents, teachers, caretakers, grandparents, welcome back again and again and again and again. Thank you so much for coming back. Thank you so much for coming back. I know sometimes you send me some messages, and this one person recently sent me a message and said, George, I'm really blessed. I did a series, recently, and I said, I'm really blessed with that series. I'm sorry, this is not going to be a series that I'm doing right now, but I'm picking up certain things that in my own journey that I'm learning with my own counseling and discipling the next generation. There are things that I'm learning and I'm beginning to share. So it's kind of in a place where I'm just following the leading of the Lord and moving on. We're going to talk about something very beautiful today, and that's a big problem today in our discipling of the next generation. We are trying to be very perfect. Perfectionism has become a big problem where some of our children are shivering emotionally. Some of our children are very scared and gripped in fear because there is a parent who is just so perfectionism kind of a person, who is so perfect, want everything to be perfect. It's okay. It's okay. I'm a person who is kind of a perfectionism kind of a person. Yeah, I just so much focus on perfectionism, and the Lord has been teaching me. The Lord has been breaking me so much. And then in a year ago, we got a little baby. And when a baby is there inside your house, there is nothing perfect there. He's going around, changing things, pulling things around. And I'm kind of just saying, okay, God had a way of teaching me. It's okay. I'm imperfectly perfect, but I cannot be absolutely perfect. So perfectionism is a disease. Let's be very careful about that. It's a disease. It's a disease. Now, this is the problem. It's a disease that can spread to your children because of your personality of perfectionism. It can spread to your disease, spread to your children very, very quickly, and it can infect and affect them. We want to be very careful. Now, when I say this, some parents, some teachers would immediately ask me the question and saying, hey, so are you saying that we don't have to be excellent? No, I'm not saying excellence is bad. I'm only saying perfectionism is bad. Now, let me just put two examples here. Explain this here. Perfectionism is focusing on what can go wrong or what went wrong. Excellence is about giving your best. You see the difference there? Perfectionism is all about what went wrong or what might go wrong, what will go wrong, what has gone wrong. But excellence is about giving your best. See how you can correct things, how you can re-script yourself, how you can reorient yourself, and how you can rework things out, and how you can do things really well. Excellence is about giving your best. Perfectionism does not focus on giving your best. That's the big difference. See, when we have that spirit of perfectionism, and if we have some of our teenagers in our own house or in our own classes or in our own church groups or in mentor groups, when we have some of these children, and if we are going to be a person with that personality of perfectionism, your children are shivering deep inside. They may not share it outside. They might notice some of your perfectionism attitude and say, oh, that person doesn't like it, or we have to be very careful. Oh, be careful that you keep it, and things like that. Yeah, sometimes, I'm not saying we don't have to keep things right and do things. Several times I've seen parents come and say, oh, teenagers, they don't keep this properly, they don't keep that properly, they throw it out and things like that. Connect with your teenager. Connect with them and talk about some of those things. And sometimes I've always said humor is one of the best ways. Just say, hey guys, this is not looking very good. Sometimes you have to say things very straight, but to constantly be over their head and behind their nose and just constantly telling them, saying, don't do this, don't do this, don't do that, why are you doing that, why is this like this, why is that like this, why is this like this haven't I told you, then it becomes a scenario, an environment where the children will begin to break down inside, and this is where some of these children begin to lose their confidence. I was counseling a girl yesterday. She's 32, 33 years old, not married. Something had happened, I'll leave that. But she's still saying, my parents, my father especially, still controls me. And I just cannot even go out of the house. She's 32. I can't even go out of the house without my father's permission. And if my father says no, that's a no. Sometimes he doesn't even listen to me. He doesn't even understand my logic. He doesn't even understand what I'm trying to do. And she's so suffocating that she began to listen to some of those things, and her whole situation began to break down. And now she's saying, is there a place where I can come out of the house, and can I come and stay with you? And what is that scenario? The scenario is because of a father who is a very strong perfectionist father. We don't want to get to that environment. We don't want to get to that environment. We want to be very careful with our children. We don't want them to break deep inside. And some of them, as they break over a period of time, they will lose their confidence. They are not confident enough anymore. Parents, IDTNG Intentionally Discipling the Next Generation is an annual conference, and we are going to talk about some things like this. On November 11th, it's a Saturday in Bangalore. On November 25th, it's a Saturday in Bangalore. We would love to have you attend this one-day conference. It's going to be a huge blessing. The flyers will be out after some time. We'll pass it on to you. Become a blessing to somebody that we can step in to anchor our children, our teenagers. Get them safe. Be in that place of how we can mentor them. Thank you so much for being there.